We are live.
Okay, I'm going to be right back. I left something on the red real quick. That's okay. A piece of something. But welcome to Abnormal Alabama on our regularly scheduled Tuesday night show. A brief thought. Kevin cannot be with us tonight. His father had some serious knee surgery, and so Kevin's tied down with caring for his dad, who is needing some attention to help him out. And hey, Mom, I don't know who that is, Mom.
That's Elizabeth.
Okay. So a brief shout out to Kevin and his father, and heal soon and heal well. And I understand that that's just the first of two knee surgeries he's going to go through. So that's going to be fun. Now, on the other note, uh, we had a new gig. I'm constantly reinventing myself, and so is Catherine. She's reinventing herself, it seems. Bottom line is we are on the road to a new career. Me in my late 60s, and another month from today, I'll be 68. So, we had a paid gig last night for her first time ever. Catherine publicly and earned money reading tarot cards and brought people to tears, made them happy. It was a phenomenal, very popular for her. And I did magic shows, so that was fun. I enjoyed it, and they want us back for more. So we got another career looming in our path, and so I think Catherine, I'm going to allow her to share more details on that as we go along. Now, I think she's also going to offer to our watchers a tarot card reading if anybody shows up for that. If nobody shows up and wants a tarot card reading from Catherine, then what will we do? Well, we'll go back to some spirit box sessions, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so we're going to fill up this 2 hours either way. So Sunday night, we had a long weekend. We had weddings and on the road north of Fort Payne, and we were just too exhausted to do anything Sunday night. By the time I got home sooner than Catherine, and both were just too exhausted to deal with that Sunday night. And of course, Monday night, we were live in town at the Courtyard in Alabaster. We got there between 5 and 6 and did not get out of there to sometime after midnight. And people were still showing up, and people were still bombarding Catherine for a reading. And she had a blast doing that, I know.
I did.
Anyway, by the time we got home from that, she drove her own car there, so she didn't have to pick up her car. And it was like, okay, next thing you know, it's Tuesday night on a regular show. Now, one of the last shows we did, we talked about J. Lee Lewis. Catherine did spirit box session, try to communicate with J. Lee Lewis. And in the midst of all the things going on in my life, being tired and weddings and so on and so forth, I never got around to mentioning the connection between a late relative of mine who is was a well-known singer, um, and J. Lee Lewis, and the Alabama connection. And I hinted at that in the title of this live stream. Rick Nelson, the younger generation may have never heard of him, but he was up there real close to Elvis Presley, 60s, 70s. His last great big song that he recorded was called Garden Party. Went to a garden party, reminisced with my old friends. And then he had a slew of songs. His parents were Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. He grew up on TV. At that time was one of, if not the longest running TV show in existence, the Ozzie and Harriet show. So Rick Nelson was the son, and he had a brother, David Nelson. And Playful Rain, glad to have you back. And we're going to have a lot of interesting things to talk about tonight. J. Lee Lewis just passed away. Rick Nelson died in a plane crash. in New Year's Eve, 1985. And there is not, oh, there's a Jerry Lee Lewis connection to Ricky, and Rick. He preferred when he got to be an adult to be called Rick to Ricky. And there is a Alabama connection, and I'm going to talk about those. As an update, Rick's daughter Tracy, who is also an actress, there's a lot of entertainment family. The twin sons were known as Nelson. They're still out performing. They had a big hit back in the 90s and do a tribute show to their dad. But anyway, Tracy wrote this, talking about Jerry Lewis died yesterday. She wrote this the day after his death. He and my dad used to double bill later in life. My dad was polite but avoided him because he was loud, talking about Jerry Lee, unpredictable, and racist in conversation, which Pop hated. And I knew Rick well. Rick was very, not timid, but quiet, a mellow guy. You could tell that in his performances and in his music as well. Even though no one played that piano like Jerry Lee, like the percussion instrument it is, in Vegas, in one of the big hotels, when Jerry got off stage, they used to switch off headlining. Pop, that's what Tracy would call her dad, Rick, would hide in the kitchen instead of waiting in the wings. "Where is that boy?" Jerry Lee would yell. Later, Rick bought Jerry Lee's airplane, a very slow and old DC-3, and I'm going to talk about that and the connection of Alabama in that. So let me go down here because I loaded a few pictures. First of all, here is the DC-3, and there is a picture of some of the boys in the early days, or the 80s, the DC-3 there. And Rick bought that plane from Jerry Lee Lewis. Ricky Nelson dreaded flying, but he refused to travel by bus. So in May of 1985, the very year that this crash happened, he decided he needed a private plane. He paid Jerry Lee $118,000 for a 14-seat 1944 Douglas DC-3 that had once belonged to the DuPont family and later to Jerry Lee Lewis. After Rick took ownership of the plane, it was plagued by a history of mechanical problems. In one incident, Nelson's band was forced to push the plane off the runway after an engine failed. In a separate incident, in September 1985, a malfunctioning ignition magneto prevented the plane from flying, subsequently preventing Rick from participating in the first Farm Aid concert in Champaign, Illinois. Well, what happened from there, and what is the Alabama connection to this plane? Rick had a former band member that lived in. Can you silence the?
I did, and I'm trying to figure it out. Is the phone that's hooked up for the spirit box?
Okay.
I'm working on getting it done.
So anyway, so Rick had a former band member that lived up in the Guntersville, Alabama area, and this band member was none other than Pat Umpton. And Pat Umpton, before he had gotten involved in Rick's band, had written a very popular song that made him a pretty wealthy man. And if you're into older music, you probably have heard a lot of people record this song, called "More Today Than Yesterday." The song goes, and my singing sucks, I'll tell you that right now. Karaoke, I'm not. I love you more today than yesterday. Remember that song, anybody? That ring any bells? Well, that's what Pat Umpton subsequently moved back to Alabama. He had lived in California. He was a studio musician. And interestingly enough, when Rick put together his band, the Stone Canyon Band, he pretty much put it together from studio musicians. And so what happened there? Well, Pat Upton became part of the band. And then from West Memphis, Arkansas, a studio musician that worked in Memphis at a studio, Bobby Neal. And Bobby Neal was a very good friend of mine. We talked a lot. He'd be on the road, and it's before cell phone days, but he would call. We'd talk to each other late in the night after they'd do a show, and so on and so forth. Well, Rick had played a gig down in Orlando, Florida, and to aid and to fill in a date and kind of aid his friend Pat Upton. Pat Upton had opened up a bar in Gunnersville called PJ's Alley. So Rick said, "Well, I got some time between my gig in Orlando and where I've got to be in Dallas for a New Year's Eve celebration. So I will be glad to stop in Gunnersville, and to pay me, we'll just split the tickets, and that's common with a lot of entertainers." To split tickets, in other words, door sales. If they bring in $5,000 at the door for ticket sales, they split that. I've done that when I've been running the event myself. So the Gunnersville Connection, Rick spent the night in the what used to be a Holiday Inn there as you come into Gunnersville from the east side of town. It's changed hands, but they still have the Rick Nelson room. I've stayed in it, where he spent his last night on this planet. They got up, loaded on the plane. They asked Rick's, tried to get Pat Upton to join him on the plane. I don't even have to read this story because I know it. Pat Upton had business obligations and said, "No, I appreciate the offer, but I got to stay here. I got things I got to do." So on December the 26th, and I'll read this part so I give you more detail. Nelson, Rick, and the band left. It was a 3-stop tour at Orlando, Florida, Gunnersville, Alabama, and then on off to Dallas, Texas for a New Year's Eve extravaganza. The DC-3 that he bought from Jerry Lee had numerous problems, but one of the weaknesses of this plane was a butane heater. That's the way this old plane heated the interior of the plane to the comfort of the crew that flew in it. And so what happened was that this heater sprang a leak, had faulty heater, butane. What a way to heat, huh? Especially when you're 6,000 feet up in the air. Plane crashed outside of Dallas in DeKalb County, Texas, less than 2 miles from a landing strip at approximately 5:14 Central Standard Time on December 31st, 1985. Rick, Bobby Neal, and the rest of the crew, and also Rick's fiance, never saw 1986. It hit trees. 7 of the 9 occupants were killed. Pilot and co-pilot survived. Rick's fiance's name was Helen Blair. I'd met her. I'd actually met her in Houston. So during that period of time, I'm not going to go heavy into this part of this story, but during that period of time, there was a lot of rumors. There was even a rumor going around that the plane caught on fire because they were freebasing. If you know what freebasing was, that was a big thing back in the 80s. In other words, drug use. I never knew Rick to use drugs, and I spent a lot of time with him over the years. It was a butane heater that caused the problem, and when they found the plane and the Rick and the other members of the band were all clumped up toward the front of the plane, trying to get away from the smoke. It seemed that's what they determined at that point. So the bottom line is the connection is that the DC-3 that Rick and the band and his fiance died in on December the 31st, 1985, was purchased from Jerry Lee Lewis, $118,000, which that was big money back in 1985. The plane didn't last a year. And the Alabama connection was the last place on this planet that Rick played. I think I've got a picture of that. right here. That is Rick on stage. The last time he was on stage, after that picture was taken, Rick was killed in that plane wreck, and the band members. I don't. Bobby Neal's picture's not in there. That's not Bobby Neal. That's a bass guitarist behind him, and I don't know him. Don't know who that guy was. Anyway, the very next day after this picture was taken, that DC-3 crashed in DeKalb County, Texas at a little after 5 p.m. And that was the end of the story for them. Here is a picture of the plane wreckage in DeKalb County, and you can see how I can't even determine how in the hell the pilot and co-pilot survived that crash. So there is the connection: Jerry Lee Lewis, Rick Nelson, and Alabama. The Jerry Lee Lewis, Rick Nelson connection again was the DC-3 that at one time had belonged to the DuPont family, if you're familiar with them, DuPont, big company. And then Jerry Lee Lewis owned it. And then in 1985, Rick bought it from Jerry Lee. Even though they were not friends, they did share, double billings and whatnot in Las Vegas. So they knew each other clearly. And then the Gunners weren't the last place again that Rick performed ever, before he and his band members at the outset were killed. So there's that connection. You can go to that motel. I don't know what banner is on it now. It used to be a Holiday Inn. And they still have the Rick Nelson room, and you can still sleep in the room that Elvis last slept in before he was killed in Guntersville, Alabama. And Pat Umpton used to be a band member of Rick's band. And he also, you go back a ways here, he was with a group, The Spiral Staircase, and he had written a very successful song, More Today Than Yesterday. And I tried to sing it a while ago, but I can't carry a tune in a bucket.
No, you can't.
Pardon?
No, you can't.
Thank you. It's good to have all the support I can get.
Well, I'm going to support you on things you're good at. I'm a friend.
Anyway, More Today Than Yesterday, Pat Umpton, PJ's Alley, which is no longer functioning, and Pat Upton, not PJ Upton, Pat Upton himself died at, I think, 75 in 2016. And that's where he lived in the Guntersville area for the remainder of his life. So there you go. That's the story that I wanted to share and follow up. Now, Catherine's going to talk, if you're ready, about last night, the big Halloween celebration where she said did tarot card readings, and I did magic. Now, I will tell you, during part of my magic presentation performance, a somewhat, not totally inebriated, but partially inebriated young man came up and popped the bill down in front of me and said, "If you can fool me, you can have this bill." And it wasn't $1, but it wasn't $100 either. And so within about 10, 15 seconds, he just looked at me and pushed the bill in my face and said, "I wasn't expecting that." So I earned money real quick with my magic act. And then as the evening progressed, Catherine was very busy with tarot card reading. I slowly packed up my magic act because the more drinking that took place, the less cooperation you could get with spectators. And it became, I tried to do a routine I do with dice. And I could not get this guy. I was working like with a table of like 7 or 8 people. And it's like, I laid the dice down on the table. I said, "I'm going to turn my back. Here's a cup. Just pick up one of the dice, put it in the cup, roll it, and then set it down and hide the other 2 dice." He never could get it. He put all 3 dice in the cup. I never could get him, but clearly he was wasted. So anyway, it was fun. It was good. And the first paid gig I've had doing an act like that, and I was very happy with the way it ended. And the first time that Catherine did it, and Catherine's going to tell her stories, and I'm going to soothe my throat here. I did so much talking, that music and a band playing as we did our stuff throughout the night, and you had to talk very loud. So, Catherine, it's on.
Yes, if I do cough tonight, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not used to cigarette smoke and all that good stuff. But we had an amazing night. Kelsey did an amazing job. I am so proud of him for what he did. Um, he did good with every trick that he tried. That one guy, yeah, he was scared of me. He wouldn't come up there. But we were doing tarot card readings, and I see the message from Brandon. Okay. Hello, Omar. It's good seeing you. You're on time tonight. Um, make sure I put Omar's thing up there. I'm trying to remember everything.
Real quick question, folks. Did y'all do anything for Halloween? Brandon, did your little girls go trick or treating? Give us some of your Halloween stories as Catherine talks about her reading.
Okay, I sat down with the first person. I was a little nervous because I've never done it live in front of people before, and we sat down and we read our cards, and she was about to cry, and she just at the end she wound up having a big, huge, happy smile on her face because her cards read really good improvement on her situation, and most of them were pretty positive. Everybody had some things they needed to work on, but most of them were pretty positive. Had one that wasn't real positive at all. It was pretty much negative, but it was a serious thing that she probably needed at that moment. Um, hopefully, it changed her life and hopefully for the better. Uh, enjoyed meeting everyone, and it was exciting. Does anyone out there want to do a tarot card reading? All you got to do is shoot your name right there and say me, and we'll do you and put your name and your birthday down for me. Give me something about you.
She stayed very busy. She made that announcement, but she gave her story very brief about last night. We got there between 5 and 6 p.m. It started kind of slow because they had a bingo thing going on Monday nights. And we went around, introduced ourselves at different tables and whatnot. Everybody was very cordial, very nice to us. And as the evening progressed and bingo, in fact, Catherine even jumped up and assisted in the bingo game. What did you do for them?
I put the little clear things, colored that you could see through, transparent things that were colored on the bingo numbers.
Now, what is Brandon talking about here? Do you have a clue?
Oh, Brandon never got the Gunnersville connection with.
No, but what? Look on the screen. Me, Brandon Lee Moore, 08201. I don't
Oh, Brandon wants a reading.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I couldn't, the way that was written, I wasn't sure. Me, okay, me. This is for Brandon Me. His name is Me. Welcome, Me. And thank you for participating. And she's going to now read your cards. Now, she's going to, Brandon, you got to work with her because she's got the whole deck. And I assume you're going to he's going to kind of tell you what somehow in here to what card to pull. How you going to do that? You going to span them out and say,
No, I use his birthday. I knew it was August.
Oh, okay. Okay. You got it done. All right. Very good. All right. We turn it over to Me. Me is in the founder of the Blount County Bigfoot Research Organization, and he don't spend a lot of time with Bigfoot anymore because I don't know. Did you put your Bigfoot in your mouth? I didn't say that.
1981.
I'm going to take it off because I'm advertising it here. Keeping it creepy. All right, I'm going back out so she can do her thing. We'll talk more about it.
I'm shuffling the cards right now, Brandon. I'm working on a better camera, guys. Brandon, you did have an extra card fall out. I'm gonna spread the deck out. I'm just gonna feel for which cards I feel like are for you. I'm gonna give you 5 of them. And I'll show you what they are before it's over with. I got one more card to pull for you. I have to be able to see them. All right, Brandon, the first one is the 6 of Swords. There's someone out there that you really need to help. I'm not sure who it is. It may be your own self.
I know who it is. He knows who it is.
The next one I have is the 3 of Swords. You've got 3 things in your life that you love very much, but they can put a sword in your heart in a heartbeat. Don't let them kill you. I know you love them, but don't let them kill you. We know how tough and strong you are. This is the Knight of Wands. We know how tough and strong you are, Brandon, and you're going to make it through everything. It's harder to do on there, but I'm getting it better. I'll get better. And Brandon, when I pulled this card out, a second one fell underneath it, was stuck to it. And we've got the Page of Cups and the 7 of Wands. You're going to reach your goal, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. But your one that fell out while I was shuffling, the 7 of Swords. Remember those swords in your side and make sure you get it under control. Sorry, guys. My computer just totally went blank on me and started acting stupid. Kelsey, come back for a second.
There's nothing acting up. You're doing fine.
No,
Nothing.
my computer was acting up like it was shooting stuff across the screen.
And I'm saying that on our end, it's doing nothing. So you keep
Okay.
reading.
Okay. All right. I am done with Brandon. Who's next? Thank you, Brandon. Playful Rain, you want a reading?
Is Omar still there? Who else is with us this wonderful evening? Give Catherine something to do. Give Lady Cat Marie something to do. She's bored to tears. Okay, so Playful Rain, the way you got to do this since you're not in person is you need to give her your name, number 1, and your birthday. And if you want a private message it to her, show her how to do that, Catherine.
Oh, how did I do that?
Your Facebook page.
Okay. I am Catherine Marie,
on Facebook.
Or if you're not afraid to have it here, I won't. I tell you what, I will not put it on the screen, so nobody will see it. And then you put it up there real quick. You can take it back down if you prefer. But she'll need something to work with here, Playful Rain. Whatever you're comfortable with, she will make it happen. She's not on Facebook. Okay, so Playful Rain, just give us a year that you were born.
Yeah, I think
Fine. Whatever you can uh, give her some information. Give her your first name and the year you were born, and she can go from that. She's got to have some connection to you, Playful Rain. Jennifer, and what year were you born, Playful Rain?
I'm glad you did. Thank you, Brandon.
Catherine, you've been okay. There's her birthday, so you got something to go with there. You got
Got
it. Hang tight. Catherine's good with this stuff. She is a, I start to say O pro, but she don't like the word O. She's whatever.
OLE is fine, but not OLD.
Trouble is,
boy.
you say it, you can't really tell the difference.
I know. A lot of words seem to be that way.
So let her know what you're doing as you go along, okay?
Okay, I'm shuffling the cards up for you. Making sure they're all good and shuffled. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to pull 5 cards for you. I'm using your energy. Still going through. All right. I've got your 5 cards drawn. I have to get up where I can see in some light here. Playful Rain, Playful Rain. You were playful when you were younger. Possibly even now. Still. You got the Temptress. Jennifer, you know that you are the best. You are the best at what you're doing. Whatever it is you're doing right now, you need to continue it. You're doing the best thing you can for you. You're very, very strong. And you're going to continue to be strong. And you're going to fight back whatever's holding that back. You are an empress. You are amazing. You are a wonderful person. And you're going to have that happy feeling one day. I know that you can do this. Not only are you going to be happy in that regard, I foresee possible other kind of enrichment, maybe a relationship being in a better situation. I'm seeing wealth on this one. But wealth can come in so many different ways. It can come from the heart. It can come from
the pocketbook. It can come from the brain. Some kind of wealth of some kind is coming your way. Sorry, I had a cat jump on the table. Playful Rain, how does that make you feel? We're going to wait on Playful Rain, see if she'll answer that question. And while we're waiting on Playful Rain, Brandon, you can go ahead and answer that question. How did yours make you feel? Playful Rain says hopeful. Brandon still there? Anybody else want a reading?
Let's go ahead to another segment of story or spirit box or whatever. You got a spirit box going?
I do.
I'm going to lay in the background here.
Tell you a story about Rick Nelson's room. I spent the night there one night, and I played with a Ouija board there. That was my cat telling me she's hungry yet again. All right, let me turn the volume up on the phone. Is anyone here with us tonight? I am. Who are you?
1-800.
I got 1-800. Can you clarify that? Who are you?
3.
To follow up.
Hey, that's going.
You're welcome, Playful Rain. I have my Golden Girls here with me again tonight. But you know who's been on my
Care other children.
side view a lot lately? I don't know why. I guess because he's so freaking funny.
There actually was.
Actually, he was. Robin Williams. I remember watching him and Mork and Mindy growing up.
Never.
Nanu?
Show.
Nanu?
You were her.
I'd love to connect with Robin Williams. Was that his laugh?
Just like I was.
Get distracted.
Robin Williams, is that you?
And
I believe you passed away in 2014.
Nate.
That was his voice again.
So they're
I also like the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. That was hilarious. One of my favorite parts was you singing Figaro. I swear it just said that Figaro. Why as I was saying Figaro. Sorry guys, I gotta get a drink.
presents.
Did you enjoy making people laugh?
Fantastic.
Did it make you feel good? I can't remember if you took pills or hung yourself. Got quiet.
We have to figure it out.
Pure hell.
I can. It happened.
I can't something happy. You can't make me happy? Yourself happy? Is that what you're saying?
To
2021. I felt like
this toward
I felt like this was something.
I put that better.
You could get better.
You're with people that
You're with people that
well. We
okay, I'm up to you. People that get that.
gals like urge.
like
People that hold grudges. I know you can't change it, but what would you have done differently?
Next.
I couldn't understand. I swear that was Mork.
From a height.
What would you have done differently? Can anybody help me out listening? It's going too fast for me sometimes. No, it isn't. Well, I don't catch every word.
trained.
I'm not trained yet. I guess.
Yeah, of
Well, slow down for me. Okay. Um, what was your favorite thing?
will be
What was your favorite movie that you were in?
that.
I don't know any movies that he's in other than those couple that I can think of off the top of my head right this moment. I probably have seen them all.
Just
Okay, I don't know why this is popping in my head, but this may be important for something later on. Something about the movie Click. You're gonna see
I
the
don't-
cat. Come on, come on. The movie Click.
this is what.
Movie Click is a very important sign. My cat came up to me.
Not only talk. And like it did.
Several of these voices come through sound like his voice. I guess my cat will just sit here and protect me. I love you, Brandon. Thank you. Give them babies a hug for me. And I guess hug a wife too.
Need our help?
Need our help?
Visual person.
You were just one person.
I'll see.
Can your own.
Your own woman. If Spirit Kitty was here,
Or
they would be fighting.
You know,
I'm not sure where Spirit Kitty is right now. Oreo, where's Spirit Kitty?
degree in.
Oh, that was Robin Williams' voice, definitely. All right, you're kneading dough in my legs, and I can't have that. That hurts. I know she just loves me. She wants to be comfy. So Robin Williams, you know the little bird that you were singing in that movie. Somebody right now needs to watch that Mrs. Doubtfire movie. Kelsey, can you come in for a moment and do a story for us?
I'm sorry.
Could you come in for a moment and do a story for us?
I don't know a story. What's wrong? Everybody's enjoying what you're doing.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Brandon said this was his favorite spirit box session.
Right now.
I just need to get a refill of a drink real quick.
Well, get it. Just let that keep playing and let the guest comment about.
All right. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get a refill.
You have
I swear that said okay.
he can
Personally, I like to hear what spirits say when nobody's talking to them, and you just let them go.
They're always talking.
Did you hear that? It says we always talk. Listen carefully, guys. Tell me what you hear.
Too much.
Yes.
Did that say please? You guys don't need. Y'all can have conversations without even being asked questions.
Little big.
So speak to
And that. Apology.
different.
Skip it. What do you guys hear?
See ya.
I see ya. I see ya.
I gotta get back to my zone so I can ask questions again.
They have been very
Have been very talkative. I know. I heard you. Are you glad to have me back? Might as well. I understand.
Yes, thanks.
Was that your voice, Robin?
On home.
All in all? Taking a cough drop, y'all.
absolute best.
Absolute best.
An infant.
An infant? What about an infant?
Tools and
What's the story you want to tell? People are cruel,
Present
resent.
more than you.
Couldn't understand that one. Music always means yes.
In my
In my head.
M
M.
as you. Well, they do have to.
Something about do you have to?
$50.
Something about the doll. That was important. It was twice. I couldn't understand it. Did anybody else out there understand that?
Blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie.
You do?
And
Somebody who got the blueberry pie image. Who out there got the blueberry
Resent.
pie image? Resent. Twice we've heard resent. Now I'm going to want blueberry
them to
pie.
be
Something about
Things and
deem things.
what other tip?
That are tips.
you know,
Press the
Watch this.
didn't matter.
It doesn't matter. One day somebody's going to start writing down all the words I'm saying out and realize it makes a complete sentence to a point, like a point of something. Hello? Are you getting quiet?
And
That was Robin. I like when your voice comes through loud and clear, Robin. That just gives us a sign that we know it's you for real. Yes. And it's it said secret.
Jesus, he is a real.
He isn't real. Oh, really? He isn't real. Oh, really? And then a yes.
Won't you?
I've always told you guys they tell their stories, but they tell them in pieces, and you have to put it together.
Positive design.
Positive design. It's like a puzzle. Yes. The music playing was yes. It is a puzzle. Yes, it is a puzzle. As I'm trying to say that again. You covered me up. Now you're going to get quiet again.
Have you been?
Think it's going to take a minute? Yes. You have to gain some more strength.
Phone.
Hard. Something in music. So that's a yes. Yes.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Tennessee.
Can I see? I'm trying to. I got to get back in my zone to see.
Okay, stop.
Can they stop? Can who stop?
Things and
Things in.
injection. To Christ.
Injunctions against Christ.
Properly.
An honor to have.
Honored to have
And the
you.
South. Ministry.
So many of these voices coming through sound like Robin Williams.
Mass with our God.
For man.
Omar, are you still here? Jennifer, are you still here?
Things and
know that's it. It was too many questions. You didn't lose. You didn't lose.
Good evening.
You're still able to connect. Only as long as you can connect, you did not lose.
So good
Some of it.
evening.
It said give me. I believe it was forgive me.
But we can.
Best I could make. That's what the voice said.
Like,
Are you wanting your family to forgive you? I believe that was a yes.
it's just a vacant.
You back, Chelsea?
There's quite a bit of back and forth going on.
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
So, what did you guys think about tonight? We learned a little bit about the Rick Nelson, J. Lee Lewis, Alabama connection, and that's
I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off.
Pat had the pleasure of doing a couple of readings. One for the founder of the Buck County Big
What are the tip?
Church Organization, Mr. Brandon Lee Moore, and then another one for Playful Rain. And then she did a spirit box session to wrap up this. We're going to cut it short tonight. Catherine has had a very long run, and she's a little bit tired. Different things going on right now. So thank you for joining us, and come back. I think Catherine's trying to do this every day. Is that the plan, Kat?
That is the plan.
Okay. Thank you for your support. Again, I emphasize over and over, this is a non-monetized YouTube channel, a non-monetized Facebook, whatever. We're not making any money from this endeavor. And we started the Tuesday night thing way back in the first part of 2019, and we've been going pretty much nonstop since then. Hopefully, Kevin will be back with us next week with some of his interesting and fascinating stories. Don't forget to check him out at myhauntedDolls.com. And let me just throw a little banner up there while I'm talking so you can see what I have to offer. And that is the wishing machine at thewitchdoctor.com. And I've always got one to ship out somewhere. The only place that I've never had an order for one of my wishing machines is none other than the state I live in, Alabama. Nobody wants one here, but I've shipped them all over the world. Australia, Germany, Austria, Italy, UK, Canada, Mexico, and points beyond South Korea, Russia. I just sent one out. I got one going next day or two up to Quebec, Canada again. I just sent one out to Italy yesterday. Nonstop, folks. And so check that out. DatingTheDead.com, the one book that I've compiled, put together stories that kind of fits in the subject matter that we're dealing with here on this live stream, Abnormal Alabama. So check us out. You found us, Abnormal Alabama, on YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, go over there and join. add to the numbers, folks. We're not charging anything of anybody unless you want to buy a book. My books are found on Amazon.com, or you can go to datingthedead.com. If you're interested in different type of book, you can go to Amazon. Just type in my name, Dr. Kelsey Graham. I've got some 31 books out there that you may find beneficial or helpful. When someone dies, we say RIP, rest in peace. And I took a twist on that and said, well, why don't we live in peace, LIP? And I got a book about that. My biggest book is called Invest in Yourself. You are your number one asset. And then it goes on. Are you a victim of WMD, weapons of mass distraction? So, and it goes on from there. Got all kind of books. I can't remember the name of all my books, but you'll find them. Amazon.com,
Because you
Lulu.com.
write all the time. You write all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm a writer. Yeah. Let me tell you what, folks, if you go for higher education and into PhD level, you do a lot of writing. It becomes part of your lifestyle. It becomes part of the way you express yourself. But I never was good at writing fiction, so I don't even try. Anyway, there is that. Next Tuesday night, hopefully Kevin will be back with us again. We send our best wishes out to his dad who had knee surgery, and I understand once he heals from that one, I understand he's getting another knee surgery. So that's why Kevin's not with us tonight. He's having to babysit his father. So Kevin, we're thinking about you. We're thinking about your dad. Hope all is well. And thank you all again for joining. And yeah, some of our shows are going to be kind of abbreviated for a minute because October, November has been a very busy time. We were out till 2 o'clock in the morning last night doing a show for Halloween, a paid gig. We did get paid for this gig and tips on top of that. I did a magic performance, and Lady Cat did tarot card readings face to face with a bunch of people. So we enjoyed it, and again, it was a paid gig, and they were so happy. They were saying, "Hey, we got to make this a regular thing." So who knows where to go from here? I use my story to encourage people of all ages. Number one, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. You don't have to lead the same life all your life. You can be a new you. And in fact, I've got a book about that called A New Day, A New You. I keep thinking the names of books I've written. And that's the way I've lived my life. I started a new career in my 50s. And that career is still going. It's still feeding me. And then in the middle of a pandemic in 2020, I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to use this to motivate people. You don't have to do the same thing. Don't get stuck in a rut of one thing in your life. In the middle of a pandemic in 2020, in July and August of 2020, is my first career, not my first, but the one that came up in my 50s, because doing events and weddings came to a screeching halt. Not totally, but it slowed down dramatically. And I was a caregiver at the same time. I was trying to figure out what can I do. And so I created the wishing machine. And there, if you want to learn more about that, I'm now known as the Wish Doctor, not the Witch Doctor. And that is thewishdr.com. You can learn more about that. You're never too old. You're never too whatever to create a new you and a new day. You take everything you've learned in your life, take the best of it, and invest it in who you are today and who you want to be tomorrow. And don't overplan. Do not overplan your life, because you don't know what's behind door number 3. And if you get yourself too stuck in a mindset of this is what I want and this is where I want to be in 5 years, you're going to miss opportunity. You are going to miss opportunity. And I encourage you to live your life to the fullest. I like to compare life. If you think life is a gift, I like to compare it to if I bought you a sweater for your birthday. Never saw you wear that sweater. Shortly before your next birthday, you pull it out, put it on. That sweater still looks brand new. I'm not getting you another sweater. That's life. It's a gift. Use it and use it up. You're not going to get out of it alive. Live your life and live it fully. Be good. Treat people good. Be positive, think positive, and, move on. Get up tomorrow with a new you and a new plan based on everything you've learned in life. Take the best of it and create that new you. That's my little rant closing up this show for tonight. Kat, anything you want to say?
I think tomorrow night, I'm not over planning anything, but I think I'm going to be doing some free tarot card readings. And if you would share it, I'd greatly appreciate it. And you'd follow me on TikTok. It is Abnormal Alabama Catherine.
While you're doing this, get on your phone. Have you posted this? Share some of the little things we did last night. You got little videos and whatnot. Do you or do you not?
I don't have them on here now.
Well, if you can do it, you can do it real quick, and I'll help you.
Okay, who will help me? Because I don't know where to
All
find
you gotta do is go to your phone,
them. Okay.
find the pictures. You posted it on Facebook. You can do it on your computer since you got it on Facebook. If it's a photograph, you can right click and save it to your thing and load it up here. If it's a video, you can just share the screen and play the video.
Okay.
So she's looking for some of that, and I'll help her because this stuff, we put it out there. And I haven't posted much since, so it should be pretty easy to find. I would hope. Hope. Close this out of here. Just a little sharing of what we did. Here we go. There we go. Just to share a little bit of our excitement on Halloween's the night. You find anything there, Kat?
No.
Didn't you post it on Facebook?
No, I didn't post it on Facebook.
You did. I saw you.
Okay.
I got it. I got some pictures.
Okay.
But if you find where you posted the video or I posted them, either way, then we can share that page.
Okay.
We can share that. And that way, just a little quick snips. I know I took video of you. And there's a picture in the middle of the night as we were having fun. And I don't know where that head of hair came from. And there's my heart beating. I'm with another kilted guy there. Super nice. His name was Chris. He was one of our fans, and he cried during a tarot card reading that I don't know what happened. It's none of my business, but he got emotional. So there we are, folks. And Catherine, you found the video?
I'm working on it.
I just want to know if I can help you if you hadn't found it, or if you found it, you're sharing it. I said, bye.
I'm looking for it. Okay. I'm gonna. I know you guys can't see it yet. I'm working on it. I got it. Just slow at it.
So that gives you a little bit just to end the stream. Are you going to go to another somebody else? There's just a little blue thing up there. There you go. There you be. So
All right,
anyway, it
working
gives you a
on
little bit.
it. The
Are
Goofy
you showing?
Kelsey.
Are you about to share something? You froze.
No, I froze for a moment. I said the Goofy
Okay.
Kelsey.
Okay. Are you about to share something else, or
I'm
is
trying
that
to.
it?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, that was an accident.
Okay, am I waiting on something or?
No, you're not waiting on anything.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna end this. Say goodbye, Kat.
Good night, everyone. Hope you have a
All right.
wonderful evening.
See you later. During other than Tuesday night, she normally does this at 9 on every night other than Tuesday night. Tuesday nights are at 7. Share, like, tarot card reading tomorrow, and we go from there. Have a wonderful night.